It will be a white Easter in southern Manitoba as what could be the worst blizzard in decades moves into that province.
For more on this, we're joined live now by Terri Apostle, the weather specialist at CTV Winnipeg. Terri, thank you so much for joining us. So I see that we're expecting 30 to 50 centimeters of snow there. When exactly will this move in and how long will it last?
Oh, it all sounds like a nightmare, and really like a twist with that knife when I heard him mention the rain that you're going to get out east. Unfortunately, that won't be the case for us. No, it is looking like snow likely to begin tomorrow night, and then it really just pummels through Wednesday, Thursday, and right into Friday. And as far as amounts go, yes, you're right, 20 to 50 centimeters is what they're anticipating. And that's for here in Winnipeg, where there's going to be some parts of rural Manitoba just off to the east of us who could be seeing up to 80 centimeters of snow. So everything about this is looking ugly.
So Terri, how rare is this kind of weather system for this time of year for Winnipeg?
Well, I mean, to be fair, spring storms on the prairies aren't unheard of, and they often can pack a punch. But this particular one is really looking in excess. So where we're at right now, this has been a particularly nasty winter, and we're already at about 127 centimeters of snow would be average, but this year we're already about 50 centimeters over that. We're hitting the 174 centimeter mark. So it has been a particularly harsh winter. And then this storm is just going to impact all of southern Manitoba, but primarily right in this southeastern region. So yes, it's been a lot so far. We're going to be seeing more. And I mean, whether or not it's going to be in the rain snow mix off to the east of us. But at this point, they're threatening that most of it will come down just as heavy, wet snow with, you know, an impact on travel situations. And I mean, even just perhaps the possibility of power outages that they're warning of.
Wow. And Terri, I hear the wind gusts will be pretty strong as well. What are officials asking residents in the area to do to prepare for this?
So you're right. The winds are expected to be intense with this particular storm, and they're anticipating 80 to 90 kilometer per hour wind gusts, along with that heavy wet snow, which is why they are threatening the potential for some power outages. So they're being asked now, residents are being asked now to basically stock up on supplies, perhaps rethink your travel plans. I mean, it's Easter weekend, and a lot of people would have been hitting the road to visit family, but it's kind of into that zone now where you might want to hunker down or get to wherever you plan on being within the next day or so before that snow begins to fall. So with this in mind, you are being asked to, you know, stock up on batteries, be prepared for that power outage, and make sure that you've got supplies in place. Maybe stock up on some water and the extra food and snacks that you're going to need, because not only will travel throughout the duration of this storm be impeded, but the cleanup from this storm might not happen quickly either, especially in those more rural areas. So we could be looking, while the storm itself might rage for about 3 days, we could be looking at about 5 days before cleanup happens in some of those areas, or perhaps even longer.
Whoa. Okay, so Terri, a couple of quick questions. One, do you have much snow on the ground right now? And two, when we talk with our meteorologist, Bill Coulter, about what we're in for, he talks about the systems lining up, and if they all kind of align, then you kind of know what's happening. Is there any disagreement in the systems at all right now, or is this kind of like a sure thing?
No, and that's what we were keeping our fingers crossed for over the weekend, that perhaps things, you know, would play out a little differently. But at this point, all models are in agreement that we are looking at 20 to 50 centimeters of snow in Winnipeg, higher in the Red River Valley, up to 80 centimeters, with those strong wind gusts for the duration of several days. So I mentioned that we had seen this year 175 centimeters of snow. Compare that to a usual year of 124. Now, last year, for example, 75 centimeters of snow was the total. So we had a particularly mild winter. Everybody was, you know, singing the praises of a beautiful winter finally. But now we're kind of back to what we expect in Winnipeg, or even worse. Now, 1997 was that flood of the century, and in fact, we are looking at some really troublesome conditions now with the impact of this coming storm. Our water levels are already quite high in the Red River, and the possibility of another 50 centimeters of snow could really make for some treacherous conditions in that sense.
Okay, Terri Apostle, weather specialist at CTV Winnipeg. Appreciate your time. Thank you so much, and good luck.
Yeah, good luck indeed, Terri. Thanks for joining us.